Hey y'all, welcome back to the Coach's Corner, another episode. We're doing something a little different today, and I made sure Instagram, we're rolling. We're rolling over there. We're good to go. Doing something a little different tonight. So the comments that you put, unless they're on Instagram, if they're on Instagram, we cannot see them. But if they're on Twitter or YouTube, your comments and questions will pop up on the screen. It says trying something different tonight. But don't want to delay. We have a special guest, our special guest, head coach of the DC Defenders, Coach Shannon Harris, joining us tonight. Let's bring him in. Hello.
What's up?
What's up?
How's it
Welcome
going?
back. Congratulations. How you feeling?
Great. Of course, always, man. God is amazing, and man, I tell you, things have been great, been exciting, and so um, been busy. Let me say that.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything's been moving fast. Like you say, juggling multiple things. But hey, like I told the players, man, God put His toughest battles on His strongest people. So,
hmm
and so that's kind of where we are right now.
So how was that last week? Last week probably was hectic for you, and probably people reaching out left and right trying to get any type of statement from you or interview from you. How did you deal with that from family down to the business part of the things?
Yeah, I mean, again, everything been moving so fast, so it's just one of those things. You just take it, you know, day by day, however it may come, and
Mhm,
you just move along with it, just flow with it. Kind of like how everything happened, at the start of the season, right?
mhm,
All the changes made and kind of go through all that, and now you don't have time to think, blink, or whatever,
mhm.
because you jump right into uh, a new role, and so everything just was coming fast, and so we've been through all that stuff before, so just try to balance it all, juggle it all the best way possible.
Okay, I see you got your Tigers apparel on. Shout out to
Yeah,
TSU.
shout out to TSU, right? Big Blue.
Yeah.
I am
So
an alum too, so that's the
yeah,
great
you're an
part.
alum, and that's one of the questions I wanted to ask you. As we talked about TSU, just to kind of one clarify what's your role over at TSU, and then I wanted to ask you how does it feel to be back.
Yeah, so being offensive coordinator, we'll co-coordinate a little bit. One of my teammates that also has been a head coach before in college football and been a coordinator for Coach Barlow before as well. And so it's good to get him back here as well to collab for this season for what we'll be doing. And so, excited about that. And then, of course, it's just like coming home. You know what I mean? It's natural to feel to come back to Nashville, to come on campus to Tennessee State. And so, with all of that, people embrace you back all the time. So
Mhm.
um, I'm familiar with everything here. So that's exciting as well. Not coming into anything new. So it's always great to come back home to your alma mater for sure.
Yeah. Now, do they? Um, how do you how are you balancing this? Like, how are you sleeping? Are you getting rest?
Yeah, yeah, getting rest, but again, like everything else, when you surrounded with good people,
Yeah.
that's part of the staff here, and of course with DC, Vaughn handled a lot of our stuff, Hutchin, our GM, so he, handled a lot of the things throughout the off season. Of course, he and I talk all the time and get good feedback and forth from each other, and then too, like here, with Coach T, Toriano Morgan. He just got here, so he helped a lot of the stuff here with us as well from an offensive standpoint. And
Mhm.
so we got a really good coaching staff here as well. So, you know, that's one of those things you always want to surround yourself with good people, great minds,
Yeah.
and so that makes everything easy for sure.
I tell you, the TSU family, they're in the building tonight. They're watching. They're sending you love. They're telling you welcome back. They're happy to have you back. So a lot of TSU love in the chat tonight.
Blue.
So we recently saw you in DC. I want to talk about the championship celebration because I personally had a ball. I know you guys had a ball. I know you guys were everywhere. that weekend all over the city of DC. So I want to recap the championship celebrations for those who have missed it, who may have missed it. You guys got a whole day in the District of Columbia. DC Defenders Day is officially July 11th in the district. I mean, you guys, went to the mayor's office. And what else? What else did you guys do? I can't even remember it all. You guys did a lot.
Yeah, we did a lot. It was a lot that day. Of course, went to did the Thursday night the women's basketball game.
Yes, the
Uh,
Mystics.
you know, was recognized there, and so then that next morning it was an early start. Like, have to be on the sprint event at 6:30, so that was kind of rough. But
Wow.
we was at the news stations, Fox and ABC, and so did both of those, and kind of had segments on both news stations there, and so that was really good and fun to do that, to get the word out for the celebration,
Mhm.
to go down to the fire station, to do that was really good, to check that place out. And I tell you, those guys are the real defenders for sure. Like my man Mint said, those are the real
Yeah.
defenders. Like, we are the DC defenders, but they fight, they defend bigger battles than we do, for
Yeah.
sure. So it was great to get down and meet with them as well. And then that's what we finished up with. And yeah, I mean, to top it off with the celebration on Saturday, I mean, how about that, right? So, I
Yeah.
mean, our fans showed up and showed out, man. That place was unbelievable. It was a bit like being at Rowdy Outy for sure.
What was your favorite part? Like, what do you remember? What was your favorite part? I feel like that day was so joyous. It was like a little bit of a blur for me. I had so much fun. But what was your favorite part? I remember seeing you on stage when you hit the gritty. I was recording, but I was losing it. I'm like, look at him doing the gritty on the
Yeah,
stage.
yeah. Shout out to Jefferson and Chase, hit the gritty for them guys. But just to be on the tour bus, to be up there with the players, some of our uh, big time loyal fans,
Yes.
the Beer Snake crew, and all those guys, to be up for them to be able to have that moment with us as well, and just riding down to the wharf as well, and just see all the sea of fans out there. Uh, I mean, that part there was unbelievable. The
Yeah.
turnout was great. Shout out to Kate Greenberg, man, and her staff. Those guys did an unbelievable job of putting that on and making sure that the fans was out there to support. So, I mean, you have to show, uh, definitely got to show some gratitude to them, and beyond grateful for all of that.
Yeah, you guys, that I'm sorry if you missed it, but it is truly a one of a kind experience because there's not a lot of leagues. I don't really know any other league where you could have just that one-on-one interaction with, players like that. I mean, you know, one getting on the bus, traveling on the bus down to the venue, and then having that session afterwards where every single person got a chance to take a picture with the team, with the trophy, with you or Jordan, individuals got things signed. It was just like a one of one experience. And I'm so thankful that these fans who are so deserving had that opportunity. So it was definitely one on one.
No doubt. Yeah, I mean, to do all of that, and to, like, even, and you mentioned it too, the for that Friday, for all the things that we did. I mean, for Mayor Bowser to do it, to do that for us, to give us that day, that was, I mean, a joyful moment there for sure. And to have that announced Friday, that was amazing. I mean, you talking about something God did there for us for sure. And so so grateful for that. But yeah, that whole day, and then my own lemon drop trophy was amazing. You know, the
Lemon
lemon
drop
drop.
trophy.
Yeah,
But that's what I love. Like all the elements of what we know in Audi were there. The beer snake, the lemons, the trophy, like everyone,
the belt.
everything was there. Maybe yeah, the belt. I had to make sure make sure the boat was there as well. All of those elements were there in that moment. And I just remember seeing the smile on everyone's faces. I'm just so glad that we were able to celebrate you guys in that light. So shout out to everyone that was a part of it, on top of the city, for allowing the chaos, because it was great chaos.
Yeah, yeah. DC. We appreciate you guys, man. Y'all show some love for sure.
Yeah. Kay said the best $11 she ever spent is for the bag of lemons. Yes. That was a great touch of who thought of that, putting the lemons in the trophy. That was genius.
Yeah, it was kind of collaboration on that. I think.
Yeah, that was
Just
a
so I
genius.
just I just went forward and just started putting them all in there.
So we're gonna get into a couple more. We'll get into some Q&A. I'm checking the chat, make sure no one asks any questions first, because I give you guys first dibs. I took the comments off because I didn't want it to block hit the view of him on here, but I appreciate everybody in the chat. So we've talked about this kind of early when we first started doing these, but just to refresh, as people have gotten more familiar with you and more familiar with where you come from and where you are now and where you're going, the HBCU life and your HBCU career, how has it prepared you for where you are right now?
Yeah, I tell you, I mean, a lot of times, a lot of HBCUs and a lot of small universities, it prepare you to grow up fast, right? So,
Hmm.
you know, even here coming up through these walls and buildings and things like that, uh, the classroom, it was kind of like, a village raising a kid. Everyone, a lot of hands-on, you in small segments so that the teachers can always know you personally, and you get a chance to be able to get extra work done. It just amongst the whole campus itself. I mean, it's a huge family reunion, you
Yeah.
know, here on campus at the football games or any sporting event. So, that kind of propel you to grow fast. And so, even in my coaching experience coming up, I first took my first job here at Tennessee State. I was
Mhm.
probably only 24 years old, 25 years old. So I was young starting out. And so to have that huge experience, I was brought up through a lot of great coaches coming up through here, and not just at Tennessee State, but at Alabama State, at
Yeah.
Alcorn State, Hampton was there,
Hmm.
Virginia State with Barlow again. Even when I was at Barlow, Virginia State and Alabama State. So to have all that experience coming up through here, man, it taught me a lot on how to communicate with people the right way.
Hmm.
How to just get stuff done. You know what I mean? And you have to roll your sleeves up and just go to work. And that's kind of the mindset, the mentality. Had that coming to DC. Just
Yeah.
roll your sleeve up. Put your hard hat on, your work boot, bring your lunch pail, and then just go to work. And our whole mindset is to outwork everybody. So that's kind of how it is still today with my coaching career. Even in DC, you got to have the right mindset. You know what I mean? So, and that's how I'll be here at Tennessee State again.
I imagine like it's just like being like you mentioned home. I mean, with Coach Barlow being there, and you already know kind of his expectations, how he runs things. It's kind of just like putting your foot back in the shoe. I can't imagine
Yeah,
that it
yeah. I
feels.
mean, you with familiar faces too. You
Yeah.
got G Dub here,
Right.
and
Exactly.
guys that we've all worked with before. So yeah, you just feel you fit right in. It's just like
Mhm.
you never left from one place, and it's kind of like you feel so comfortable coming and work with the guys.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Greg. I haven't. I saw him at the championship game. It was good to see him there. By the
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
um, I know he's giving them kids a run. Oh gosh. Anyway, I digress. We'll move on. so, we have another question from the fans. It's about that family and football balance. How are you balancing that? Like, you're technically dual headed, right? And so, how do you
Yep,
balance
yep.
the football and then the
Just
family?
everything that goes along with it. It's
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like anything else. The work itself that goes into it. I mean, even in college, like after you're done with the season, you kind of go into a recruiting phase. So,
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
so you kind of working year round. So you get to the summer, and then it's summer camps. and then you got all that stuff you got to do. So all of this stuff is kind of like the same thing, really. What it is, you just find that time,
Mhm.
best way as possible. But it's no different than how it's always been. You just do the things you got to do, work, grind at it, and then find that time when you can.
Yeah.
But that's just the life of a football coach, really. I don't think I know basketball probably the same way, and in baseball, of course, they play a million games a year, so uh, it's the same type of deal. But yeah, you find that time to balance it all. But you know, everyone be on the same page, and you just go from there.
Now
But
I
it's
do.
fun, so much fun. Football is life.
I was. When's y'all homecoming game? Because we're planning a DC Defenders trip out there. We need to come and bring the beer snake and the lemons so you guys can feel our energy out there at TSU too. So they know
Yeah,
how
I
we get
tell you,
down out
you
here.
know, ironically, we actually for homecoming, it's
Mhm.
against Howard. So
Oh,
yeah,
look at that! That's
right. So what better way to come down here and
October
bring?
18th is what they're saying in the chat.
Yeah,
October 18th. Let me circle that on the calendar. We might have to come and,
yeah,
bring a couple lemons, bring
bring some.
some cups for a beer snake
That's
and
right.
make sure these two families collide the proper way.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, a pipeline for sure.
Yeah. Okay. We
Yeah.
like October 18th, you guys circle it on the calendars. We'll try to make that happen. So we can,
Bring the beer snake to Nashville.
yeah. Yeah. And I've
Oh
never
yeah,
been, so this will be a treat for me. So
awesome.
I'm trying to get to Nashville. Okay, another thing. Everyone asked me multiple times, several occasions. I'm a player. I wanna play for Coach Shannon. How can I get in touch with him? I'm a coach. I want to coach with him. How do I get in touch with him? Is there a way that people can get in touch with you? For players, I know that there is the showcase coming up, but
Yeah.
what about for coaches as well?
Yeah. Um, yeah, like you said, the showcase will be in DC on September 28th.
Mhm.
I think it'll be at George Mason.
Yep, George Mason
Yeah, and I
University.
forget the time that it'll start. But yeah, for all the players that want to have an opportunity to come, play for DC, definitely show up for the showcase. You know, good opportunity for you to show your stuff and to get out there and let coaches see you. It won't be coaches just from DC, but they'll be all from all throughout the league and the GMs as well. So
Yep, GMs and
and,
coaches.
and that's kind of like at all the showcases. I think it'll be six total. Matter of fact, I just learned that we haven't one in Europe, so we'll have
Yes,
a
yes, I
showcase in
saw
Europe.
Doug talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's huge to have that. We're going across the waters over there, so excited about that too. But for myself, I mean, of course, like Instagram,
Mhm.
hit me up on there. You know,
All right,
uh,
y'all heard it. Instagram.
emails, all that stuff. Yeah, so you can always find me on all these emails and things like that. I do check them. So
And they'll be like, D, what's his email? I'll be like, oh Lord, ask him on Instagram.
right, right, yeah,
Ask him on Instagram for the
mhm,
email, y'all.
yeah.
I'll do my best. I'll tell you how to, the methods. Go ahead.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yep. So appreciate that.
I do want to give some insight to the showcase. I've been to one, and I would highly recommend you start doing drills of some capacity prior to the showcase. And if
hmm
you have just been playing, if you haven't played football since high school and you're about to turn 30, yeah, you might want to start doing some things ahead of time.
Uh-oh, light went out. Sorry about that.
Yeah, he's not moving around enough.
Yeah, yeah, I'll try to. Uh, yeah, I mean, for you to say that, like, yeah, those drills. I mean, it's just like NFL Combine.
Hmm.
It is drill specific. Everything that you would do at the NFL Combine that you would see, that they show on TV, it's the exact same drills. Like,
Hmm.
and then of course, position specifics. So you'll have all of that. You'll have all of that.
Yeah. So everybody feel welcome, but I encourage you just be conditioned and be ready to put your best foot forward, because they're watching. GMs are watching, and so
Mhm.
I actually enjoyed going to a showcase last year and seeing what was put out there. And there was some talent. There were some former NFL guys there. There were some guys that again hadn't played football in a very long time. So it's a good mix of guys out there.
Yep.
So I'll be looking forward to see what comes out of this showcase. Sorry if I muted this showcase this year. All right, let me make sure. They said you need to pay your electric bill, but I think you got that under you got that under control. Now, who was the most proud maybe person you contacted or was in contact with you after you got the news of you being the head coach for the DC Defenders?
uh, to be like, of course, always your families, right?
Right.
And gonna always be excited.
Hmm.
But I tell you, uh, which pay attention to my career, which I didn't know, a lot of my coaches,
Mm,
yeah, a lot of my coaches, like, was definitely proud of the work that's been put in and all that. And so, because I mean, family go a long ways. That's gonna always be there for you, right?
right.
And so grateful. Family always gonna be, enjoy the moment and thing like that, which you expect. But then my coaches and from high school uh, was super proud. Not just my football coach, but my basketball coaches.
Okay.
All those guys, yeah. And so those guys have been following me for a while and watching me for a while, and to see how proud they were, I was excited about that. Even my college coaches as well. So that was really special to see that part.
I love it. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Doug and Carrie in the comments. Doug is 50 and he wants to know if he has a chance at the showcase. He wants to know. I don't know if there's an age limit. They probably should have one, but yeah.
You know
I
what?
would love to see.
It,
Actually,
it,
DC Lemon might need to go out there and kick because we saw him make the field goal. He might
we
need to
saw
go
him
out
make a
there and
field goal.
see if he could get out there and make
Hey,
a field goal for
but tonight, though, I did bring a prop.
him. Okay. All
If
right.
you know, you know, right? If
Yeah.
you
We
know.
got to fill that out. We're gonna have a celebratory drink out of that cup. It may not be beer. Shout out to Coach Kais. Hi, Coach Kais. He's in the chat as well. We love
Coach,
to see
what's up, man?
him. I know he's super happy for you as well. It's a lively bunch in
Oh
here
yeah.
tonight. Let me just make sure I'm not neglecting Instagram. Okay, so now they're talking about the upcoming season 2026. What is outside of running it back, maintaining the terror again, or keeping that terror maintained? What is on the agenda for 2026 for this DC Defenders team?
Yeah, I tell you, we really you know we're hoping that a lot of our guys get an opportunity to get back into the NFL first and foremost. I mean, that's what we
Mhm.
do it for.
Right.
And and then when they get that opportunity, that they are blessed to sign contracts and stick. So uh, and then we kind of build our roster from that.
Yeah.
And for the guys, of course, that come back and remain with us and all of that stuff. So uh, conversating with myself, Vaughn, uh, Coach Kais, and all of us, and Blake and all the other coaches on there. We'll be having conversations throughout the course of this year as well, and talking about personnel.
Mhm.
Who do we have? Oftentimes some guys retire too, so
Yes.
we'll be talking over personnel here over the next few months, and all of those things, throughout while I'm here as well. But and trying to see the best fit for what we got in 2026, and like you said, to run it back and to do again. The one thing we've noticed that we've actually put a huge bullseye on our back. So
That was my
yeah,
follow up. Yeah.
yeah, we're no
Yeah.
longer the hunter. We're more of hunted. So we got to have a different type of mindset coming back in 2026.
Yeah, and even in I don't know if you can find this clip, but I remember up into up at the press conference prior to the game. And I believe Daryl Johnson, he said something along the lines of like nobody knew what DC was going to do or what they, what they were kind of capable of. DC was like a question mark, right? Because we had saw what the teams did the prior year, and the expectations for those teams to continue to do good, but DC kind of was the question mark. And they ultimately are not the question mark. Now they're the team you have to beat. They're the team that you're gonna get kudos for beating the champs, just like the Stallions were, right? We know what
Mhm.
that felt like to beat them at home, and so that mindset, like you said, has to go from from the team that's going to be hunted.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, I mean, out of the last 3 years, we've been in the championship game 2 out of the last 3 years, right? So,
mhm,
so that says a lot about from coaching staff to Vaughn, how he orchestrated the team, putting it together, and all of that stuff. So, uh, yeah, I mean, so there's no longer a question mark with DC. You know, what I
yep,
mean, if there were, so I don't know, um, but like I said, and I said it in week 3 after beating St. Louis that first go round with those guys. I mean, we now have put a huge bullseye on our back, and
mhm,
now that we've won the championship, that bullseye just got bigger. So
mhm,
so the mindset got to be totally different going into 2026 season. From the way we bring players in, you know, from the way we approach when camp start, everything that we do from this point on, after that celebration, from that point on until when that ball get kicked off again in 2026,
mhm.
our mindset has to be totally different.
Yes, I agree with that. There's a lot of good comments in the chat. So everyone has definitely taken that mantra and ran with it, and they're not letting it go. And I love it.
Good.
So shout out to everybody saying good in the chat, because it was definitely um, it's one of those I guess situations where good is definitely appropriate. And I know you guys are gonna, especially Vaughn. Like, man, Vaughn is it's probably hunting. It's probably guys knocking on his door as well to join this team and to be a part of what that was, and to actually get a win in that dome, the Audi West.
Audi
You guys
West.
just dominated. I'm just thinking about how you guys really went undefeated in that dome last year.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, we familiar there.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are familiar with that place, so uh, yeah, they just go in there and work. You know what I mean? And it's a good place. It's a good venue to play in.
Hmm.
A great crowd. Uh, the noise that they bring in that place is unbelievable. They not rowdy outy though. They're not us.
Look, you
Uh,
guys know how to make that place quiet, so of course they're not us. So they know y'all know
right.
how to quieten down up in there. So
Yeah.
we appreciate that. And one more thing I wanted to really ask is about the process. And for the coaches coming up, and I would love to talk to you about recruiting, but we'll save that for another day because I could talk about recruiting all day. The process and or advice for coaches that are, trying to get in the HBCU door, trying to get in the UFL door, just any advice you have for the process of getting there as a coach.
Yeah. I mean, it's really for wherever you're trying to be a coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, every year they have the National Coaching Convention, and it's always somewhere different cities, right? So
Mm-hmm.
uh, it's always great to get to those things, to network, and especially going with someone that you may already know, and make yourself visible. Continue to reach out, try to go visit with the staff. When they're wherever that staff may be, or whoever you're trying to visit that school.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just be persistent from that standpoint of staying in contact with head coaches, uh, position coaches, coordinators, whoever it may be that you're connected with uh, at that program or organization. And now, I mean, people can kind of do that work for you by like this guy here is really good. He come around. He's persistent, and I think he deserves an opportunity to go somewhere. We may not have anything here, but we can help him get somewhere else. So, that's kind of how it worked. I mean, I've had a million guys reach out to me,
Yeah.
text or someone would do it for him that I may trust. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Uh, so that's kind of like how it works in the networking field of coaching. Uh, and so you just always want to make sure that you kind of, stay persistent in reaching out to people. Come
Yeah.
around is more, even during like summer camps, right? Uh, Show up to summer camps, try to work the summer camps. And so guys can really see and start to get familiar with who you are. There's
Hmm.
so many coaches for me, like as a young coach, I would go to so many different summer camps. Like I would come up to University of Maryland a lot,
Hmm.
and so many of my friends in coaching are from that we all met at the University of Maryland, and
Nice.
I've worked with some. Coach Kais on here, he'll Terp. So yeah, we would drive no matter how far it was. So many times as a coach that we had connections with the Bengals or with the Titans or whomever, and just go visit with those guys. And so, like Coach Braswell, our O line coach,
Hmm.
he and I did a ton of Maryland camps together.
Okay.
And yeah, so we met so many guys just going off to do camps and or clinics and stuff like that. So yeah, the more you do of that, the network. I mean, there's so many coaches in my phone that I back in all the way in 2005, 2006, and it's crazy because some of those guys came to our game this past season that I met them during the camp, and
Hmm.
we still friends today. A lot of these guys are coaching other places, so you never know how it may work out, by doing that.
Yeah. We have some questions. I don't really like to talk about like rumored stuff like this, and you feel free to just disregard any of this. Like they were asking about India, like the realignment or any rumored realignment with the league. It's not something that I'm open to talk about because nothing's been finalized. Nothing's even been said from the top. So it to
Yeah,
me,
I
I'm
mean,
still
what's
waiting in
out
line.
there and what you see that's the only thing I've seen or what I've gotten. So
Yeah.
I'm not so sure how true all that is. Uh,
Mhm.
but uh, DC, you know, we're good.
DC is DC. We're fine. Yeah. That to me, I'm just waiting for information from the top, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
we've had a great time. You guys have been so entertaining, entertaining in the chat today. I appreciate as much as you are in person. You have been tonight. Coach, you have any last words for the fans?
yeah. Just I mean, like before, um, to our fans, our loyal fans, we are so grateful for everyone. Thank you for allowing us to have this platform, to use your platform, I should say, to be able here to kind of like bridge a gap between the football team and our fans, because you know that we're not always there on a day by day basis. So to be able to do this every week that we did during the season, I thought we made great strides uh, to making that connection from fan to coach, from fans to players, and would love next season, to get a player or two each night to hop on here and have that same engagement along with myself. So, but to our fans, so grateful for you guys, my Big Blue family. Appreciate you
Always.
guys as well. And so, I'm excited to take on this role here at Tennessee State, and can't wait to get back to things with DC, and you know again, grateful, just grateful for the moment and excited for all of it. And it's all about DC and Big Blue at this point.
Yeah, yeah, love to hear it, and thank you for that. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you allowing the time to come and spend with us. And I say us because it's a whole family. Like it could be zero people in here watching, but because we are a family and we all love to support you guys, we're here. So I do appreciate we all appreciate your time and thank you for allowing us that. And let's definitely run it back and let's add to it. I'm down. I
Yeah,
know other
let's run
fans
it
do that
back.
in this room.
Let's run it back for sure. Like you said, let's add to it. It's nothing better than the last championship, uh,
Mhm.
like getting another one. So
Let's do it.
um, that's the question we asked the player. What's better than the last championship? The next one,
Two,
right?
two. Let's
So
go.
that's gonna be the mindset as well. Can't wait to get to it. So appreciate you guys and love you guys, man. Thanks so much for all the support uh, and all around DC. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and we'll check back in with you. We're definitely going to try to organize a trip out there to visit you guys. Homecoming, October 18th. Let's get on it. I know Carrie's probably already looked up a bunch of stuff already. I know she's on it, and we'll let you know when we're on our way.
Let me know for sure, man. We gotta make sure you guys are taken care of. So
Yeah, for
we'll do
sure,
that for
for
sure.
sure.
Yeah,
All right, send Coach Barlow and Coach Williams and all the team out there our love, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
right on. Appreciate
All
it.
right, bye, bye, guys. Thanks for joining.